What is up, guys? Tentative Man here again, bringing another exciting battle. Now, this is a mainly NU battle, but it actually started as a test. Jack333, my opponent, came to me, or, it was on his fan page asking if he could test the Kangaskhan on the Spiritomb with Scrappy. He wanted to know if fighting moves would be super effective against, because Kangaskhan has the Scrappy ability that enables normal and fighting type attacks to hit ghosts. And he wanted to know if he could score a super effective hit on my Spiritomb. So I decided why not, and I asked him if he wanted the rest to be NU, and he said sure. So we brought a full team NU, and I just have Spiritomb, and I just have basically 5 guys in a Spiritomb. So, let's get this battle started. And like I said before, this is, in the beginning starts as a test, just because, he wanted to, see how it is. So, basically it's just leaving Spiritomb to do whatever it wants. I am the rest-talking set of Calm Mind and Dark Pulse. And out comes the Kangaskhan, and of course, like I said, I'm going to lead off with my Spirit. It's just going to fake me out first turn, which is, of course, is going to hit me because of Scrappy. And it does a decent chunk, I guess, because it's life form and stuff. So, he's going to get the flinch, and yeah, stuff. I mean, I technically misplayed the Spiritomb right away, because I didn't expect this Drain Punch to do so much. But I had a feeling it would be super effective, and it is super effective, just because without the Ghost type protecting it, the Spiritomb actually does gain a weakness to the fighting moves. And that Drain Punch did a crap ton. Holy, for a max HP, max defense Spiritomb, holy moly. And I'm going to be dumb and just set up a Calm Mind, which is like, oh, well, shoot, well, Spiritomb is pretty much useless. So, the RU member here is going to get, well, shit pushed in. So, I'm going to have to withdraw Spiritomb. I want, something else to take the head. So, I'm going to bring out my Armaldo now. And this is a max HP, max defense Armaldo, and it's a really nice supporting tank for this team. And, Armaldo will take this Drain Punch pretty well. I mean, it's pretty good for a neutral hit. So, I predicted him to switch out, but now I can get those, actually after I get my leftovers going, I'm going to be able to get my Stealth Rocks up on the switch, which is great. And it's going to really hinder his switching capabilities, which is always awesome. That's the whole point of Stealth Rock. So, he kind of comes as Gigalith, and I'm scared of this thing, just because I don't know really what set he's running. He actually told me after the battle, this thing is actually a banded Gigalith, which you never see. You expect them to mostly, have the Stealth Rocks. But here, my whole intention of leaving Armaldo in was to try to get the flinch on him with Rock Slide and to break his sturdy. But I don't get the flinch, but he misses his Stone Edge, and that really sucks. I felt really bad for that. To be honest, I think a banded Stone Edge would kill my Armaldo. I don't care if it's max HP, max defense. I'm pretty sure I would have died to that. So, I pretty much forced to switch here. I'm going to bring out my Spiritomb as Death Fodder, just because I don't want anything else taking a hit. Spiritomb is the most useless thing I have on the team right now. So, decide why not? Hit me with Stone Edge, kill me. I don't care. And yeah, Spiritomb's going to go down to that, because that's base 135 attacks, plus stab, and all that fun stuff. So, down goes that Spiritomb. And I'm going to bring out my Glaceon, and this Glaceon is actually Specs, and, yeah, Glaceon is pretty darn dangerous in NU, but I'm going to go for the HP Ground here. I do have Water Pulse on this thing, too, but HP Ground is stronger than Water Pulse. That's why I went for the Ground move. I mainly have Water Pulse just to hit Fire types on the switch, and Magmortar especially. And, actually, I don't even know why I have Water Pulse on this set, to be honest. I think it's for Golem. Because Golem's a humongous threat, and even though I think HP Ground would do more, I think Water Pulse is useless, so I just like having it on it, because it's a water move, why not? But now he's going to bring out Murkrow, which I'm expecting might be a defensive set, but then he shows me Heat Wave, and I'm like, well, oh, okay, you're an offensive Murkrow. And I don't usually see that. That Light Orb Heat Wave didn't do too much, even though I don't have any special defensive investment in this thing, so... But yeah, now he's just going to go for the really dangerous Stab Brave Bird, and I'm like, well, I think Armaldo can take this just because it's an Armaldo and it has pretty good defense. I think actually really well, which is awesome. After he gets hit by all that recoil, I'm going to take him out of a Stab Rock Slide, which is great. Down goes that Murkrow, and that's a pretty big threat out of the way, because the attacking Murkrow is actually pretty dangerous. I mean, it's almost as dangerous as its evolution is in UU, so... even though it doesn't have access to Moxie, but still, it's pretty dangerous. But now I'm going to bring up the Seismitoad, and I'm pretty much leaving in Armaldo here as Death Fodder, because I don't want anything else taking a hit except for maybe my Altaria. But I really wanted to see what kind of set he was running. And he shows Rain Dance, And on this turn, I'm just going to go for the knockoff here, which is actually pretty nice. I'm going to knock off his Life Orb. I was expecting him to have Damp Rock, but he actually shows he has the Life Orb. And this is actually kind of a plus and a minus. Mainly the plus is that, he doesn't hit any boosted moves. The minus being he doesn't get recoil from Life Orb. And that actually comes to bite me in the butt a little bit, just because I'm not getting any extra residual damage on him, which, kind of sucks. Because my Altaria can sponge his moves pretty much no matter what anyway. But this Altaria is not your standard fare. This Altaria comes in to wreck stuff. Why? Well, he brings out Glalie thinking he can counter me with no problem, thinking this is a supportive set. Well, no, guess what? I packed that Draco Meteor. And yeah, that's right. Life Orb stabs Draco Meteor. It's going to smash the living hell out of this thing. Down goes that Glalie, because Altaria doesn't care. Altaria doesn't give two fucks. Altaria's Life Orb. Who cares? Altaria's going to smash through everything and stab Draco Meteor. And yeah, Altaria may seem useless now, but out comes the Swalot. And I don't know what the thing kind of set this thing has, but guess what? I'm going to go for the Power Swap. Power Swap is an interesting move, and it gets it through breeding. It's going to swap all those special attack changes to my opponent, so I restore my special attack, and he's now at -2 special attack. And that is the entire purpose of this set. It's so dangerous, so good. I love this set, and even though it's actually an Ardu set, I love using an Enu just to catch foes off guard like that Glalie. And he actually sets up a sub, so I don't know what to expect. I'm going to go on to my Samurott, just really not knowing what to expect. And he goes for the Acid Spray, and I'm like, whoa. That's a pretty solid set, and because Acid Spray can be so dangerous, and he scores a big crit on that on my Samurott, which really sucks, and he gets, the -2 special defense on me, which kind of sucks, but, whatever. But, getting that Power Swap on him was huge, because even me at -2 special defense, he's at -2 special attack, so another Acid Spray isn't going to do too much to me, and I'm just going to break his Sip of a Waterfall, because why not? Pointless for me to set up with a Sword Stance right here, but I break his sub, he's going to go for the Acid Spray. It's going to do a decent chunk, not too much though. It's just going to bring me into the yellow, which is freaking amazing. So leftovers will get me back up into the green, and that's pretty darn awesome. So, I've got to withdraw my Samurott again, and he actually has Black Sludge on his Swallow, which is actually not bad, but, Trick can be a problem, but I like Black Sludge, so I really have no problems with that. But I'm going to bring back up my Glaceon, because I know I can pretty much sponge anything he throws at me. I was expecting her sub. I don't know if he has any other attacking moves on this set. I presume he does. I just don't understand why he doesn't use them. That Acid Spray did nothing to my Glaceon, which is amazing. And I figured that a Stab Ice Beam would do more than HP Ground. I think that's right. I think that's the case, and that's why I went with it. And it does a crap ton. That's Specs, and it nearly kills it, but leaves it with the tiniest little sliver imaginable. And he gets up another Acid Spray, does nothing, which is amazing. And he's just going to leave in a Swallow here as Death Fodder, because nothing else on his team is going to appreciate a Specs Ice Beam coming from base 130 special attack. So down goes that Swallow, which is great. And Glaceon here is sitting pretty. So that is awesome. And now he's going to bring back out that Seismitoad. I'm really scared of this thing. I've got to switch out here. And I'm going to go back into my Altaria, because I know I can sponge Hydro Pumps all day. So out of withdrawal, go back out into my Altaria, just to sponge whatever hit he can, throw at me. I really don't care what he has. He's going to go for the Hydro Pump, which, makes sense, because, I kind of anticipated Earth Power, but he might have anticipated my switch, too. He probably could have gone for the Sludge Wave without any, repercussions, but he goes for the Sludge Wave now. Does a decent chunk to me, not too much, though, as I go for the Stab, Life Orb, Draco Meteor. And I'm thinking maybe it'll kill, because it killed Glalie, but I forget about Seismitoad's really nice special, nice HP stat, and it leaves him with the tiniest little sliver. Look at that, how small that is. It's so small. Why are you so small? Why? Well, he's going to hit me again with another Sludge Wave. But the Smidgen returns, I'm going to live with 15 HP, and I'm going to get off a Roost, which is great, because now I'm just trolling him, which is amazing. And again, that's why I love this set. You get off massive hits of Altaria, and then you Roost off all that Life Orb damage. It's a pretty awesome set. It's very underrated. So, but now I'm going to go for another Sludge Wave, and, here I'm hoping I can finish him off. And, Sludge Wave doesn't do too much, but I missed its Draco, and I'm like, no, why? Why does this game troll me? But, here, I find it just pointless to roost, so I'm just gonna, maybe I can live this. I live with 9, which is amazing, and I'm gonna finally hit this Draco Meteor, because I also have Fire Blast on this thing, but Draco has higher accuracy than Fire Blast, so I didn't want to go for that. And it's going to be a double down, because Seismitoad's going to go down, and I'm going to go to the Life Orb. But Altaria did so much work this game. Holy crap, Altaria, you're a monster. But I'm going with my Altaria, and now he's going to set out his last poke, which I believe is his Kangaskhan. And I'm going to bring up my Granbull, which is a pretty decent counter to this thing, because it's Intimidate. And that's going to make his moves just, that much weaker against me. So, now I probably could have gone right away for the attacking move. I actually am more of a attacking tank, because I actually have max HP, I believe max HP, max attack on this thing. He goes for the Life Orb boosted Fake Out, and yeah, I definitely could have tried to finish him off right now, but I decided to be a troll as he goes for the Drain Punch. I don't think that'll kill barring a crit, especially since, the Intimidating. It does a decent chunk, but not nearly enough, just because stuffs. So, I'm going to reveal to him that I am, semi-support, just because I have the T-Wave, which makes sense. I mean, it's great to get a T-Wave off and then smash your opponent with powerful attacks. I actually have a Stab Double Edge, Close Combat, and Crunch on this thing, which is making it similar to Ursaring, but of course, Granbull plays more of a tankish role, and Ursaring's just a more dangerous attacker. And now I'm just going to smash this thing with Close Combat, and guys, that will be the game. And it was a pretty fun game, starting from what intended to be a test. Turned out to be a pretty fun game with my Altaria doing a lot of work. So my little Cotton Puff destroyed a lot of his team, and Granbull comes in to sweep up the remains, which is great. I really hope you guys enjoyed that game. It's actually the longer one for once. But rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.